Go ahead, Tyler. Rephrase your question.
Oh no, you were just starting to answer the question of whether you were surprised at all by the care factor of the guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you expected it to be intense. I think it's even blown the players' expectations out of the water, the players that aren't there, that is. But it's been incredible to watch, and the competitiveness has been awesome, and I think you couldn't script it better with USA-Canada tonight.
Did it shock you that first game and the fights that involved right there to kick that thing off? Were you sitting back going, oh, okay?
Yes, that was definitely surprising, but again, I mean, that was pretty cool and special, and I think, that probably drew a lot of people to it that maybe weren't invested in it before that.
How does it work being an American hockey player in a Canadian predominant locker room in a situation like this? You got to keep to yourself a little bit? Can you be a little rah-rah? Or how does that, or do you just kind of fist bump Ross Colton and Miles Wood? Or how does that work?
Yeah, we got a couple American guys, so Woody and Colt and Sammy too. But, I was asked by a reporter who I'm rooting for, and I said, I love my teammates, but I love my country, and then I'm going to be pulling for USA.
Oh, I love that.
Jack, I refer to Team Canada as the Avengers, right? They've just assembled the squad, and they got a bunch of superstars, there's no question. But I'm curious if you buy into the fact you competed in the World Championships. Do you buy into the fact that Team USA might be a little bit more gelled and cohesive because it's a bunch of younger guys that have been, just coming up through the ranks together?
Yeah, it's an interesting point. I'm not sure. I think I'm not in that locker room, so I can't give a great answer to that. But I think, Canada's got the three best players in the world on their team, but I think the U.S. did a good job kind of balancing that with some toughness and a really strong defensive core. So they've done a great job, and it's going to be a great game.
And doesn't it kind of irk you, though, that you have to cheer for Hellebuck? Just a little bit?
A little bit, yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I got Kachuk's doing this and everybody, and Hellebuck's doing it. I'm like, I hated these guys just like 2 weeks ago with Hellebuck, right? We got to see those guys. What's the key for USA winning this back-to-back now? And I liked what you just said because I agree with you. I thought they decided we're going to muck this thing up and we're going to make it a slow half-ice type of game. We're going to be physical as heck with you guys. Can they get away with that playing that way twice?
Yes, I think, that's the key for them. It's going to be incredibly difficult, but I think that's, if they're going to win the game, that's probably the way they need to go.
Has USA Hockey caught Canada?
I think it's probably a little too early to say that. You need a little bit more sustained success. But, I think there's never been this much depth in American hockey and high-end players, so it certainly seems like it's, just going upwards, and it's as high as it's ever been.
Hey, when you were traded here, take us back to the day you were traded here. What was kind of going through your head, mind, and thought process when you knew where you were coming? Where you had an uncle who was one of the greatest late game postseason finishers the Avalanche have ever seen.
Yeah, I was incredibly shocked initially, and then just incredibly excited. I think getting traded to a team that's going to be going for a Stanley Cup for a long time and getting to play with two of the best players in the world was something I was really looking forward to. And then, playing for a great coach too. I think Bedsy's got a lot of respect around the league, and you couldn't really ask for a better organization to come into and try to help and contribute to.
Who is a better hockey player, your dad or your uncle?
Hockey?
Yeah.
I can't answer that. I make someone upset. I'm sorry.
Well, is the tiebreaker then? Is the tiebreaker your uncle won the Little League World Series? I mean, is that he's got that in his back pocket as well as the Stanley Cup?
Well, the funny thing is, if I talk to anyone that knew them when they were kids, both of them, it's actually the first thing they bring up is how they were good baseball players, not hockey players. So that was the main focus. Yeah.
Well, it was crazy. Did your dad have Little League success like your uncle? I mean, probably not like Chris. Chris literally won the Little League championship, the World Championship. But Chris go ahead.
Pitched in that last game. That's pretty special. My dad's team, I think, lost in one of the last things to get out of the state. But I remember hearing a story about him as a kid that it was a 7-inning game, or 6-inning game, and he struck out 17 of 18 batters.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Wow.
That's pretty cool. All right, Jack, are you guys getting together as a team to watch this game tonight? What's the Avalanche plan here?
Yeah, Logan O'Connor invited me over to watch with a couple other guys, so I'm going to head to his house tonight, I think, and watch the game.
Wait, is Logan an American or not?
I mean, I don't think he's from Canada, but he's certainly Denver is certainly his home. So.
Well, he was born. Am I right? He was born in Texas. He was literally born in Texas, but he grew up in Canada.
Yes, that'll be an interesting thing. I'll ask him tonight. I'm not sure.
All right. Well,
I'll say this: if USA pulls this off, any plans for you guys to maybe start coming to the game with big USA ties and stuff?
I don't think so. I think it'll more just be verbal celebration in the locker room.
Listen, hey, Nate, you guys suck.
Hey, Jack's not even allowed to talk to Nate MacKinnon for another 6 weeks. All right, so just one thing at a time. Jack, we really appreciate you being on with us. We're pulling for Team USA, and it was great to have an excuse to get you on. So let's go USA, and hopefully we can have another great win tonight.
All right, great to talk to you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Jack Drury of the Avalanche.